God moves by order, not religion. The Melchizedek pattern. Peace and power to the remnant. Today I'm going to say something boldly, clearly, and without apology. God does everything by order, not religion. And I'm going to prove it with scripture, with pattern, and with the very nature of God himself. Let's begin with 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Paul is not giving a church rule. He is revealing a divine pattern. He is showing us how God moves. God does not move in chaos. God does not move in confusion. God does not move in tradition. God does not move in religion. God moves in order. Order is not a suggestion. Order is not a preference. Order is not a denominational idea. Order is the signature of God. When God created the heavens and the earth, he did it in order. When God established the tabernacle, he did it in order. When God set the priesthood, he did it in order. When God sent Christ as high priest after the order of Melchizedek, he did it in order. Everything God does is structured, sequenced, aligned, and intentional. Religion is man's attempt to imitate God without his order. Religion is noise. Religion is performance. Religion is tradition. Religion is man reaching for God. But order is God establishing his pattern in man. Now let's go to Isaiah chapter 60, verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. This verse reveals the other half of divine order, timing. God says, I will accelerate it, but only in my time. That means God sets the sequence. God sets the timing. God sets the increase. God sets the manifestation. You cannot rush God's order. You cannot skip God's order. You cannot replace God's order with religion. Religion tries to accelerate without alignment. Religion tries to produce results without obedience. Religion tries to manufacture growth without God's timing. But God says, when the order is right, I accelerate the outcome. Isaiah 60:22 is God saying, when you align with my order, I release my timing. Now let's connect this to the Melchizedek order. The Melchizedek order is the ultimate proof that God works by order, not religion. Melchizedek existed before Israel, before Levi, before Moses, before the law, before the church, before denominations. Melchizedek is pure divine order, untouched by religion. Abraham tied to Melchizedek before religion existed. Christ restored the Melchizedek priesthood outside religion. Revelation declares a kingdom of priests, not a religion of members. The Melchizedek order is God's original pattern. Religion is man's later invention. So today I say this with authority. God has never been the God of religion. He is the God of divine order, divine timing, and divine alignment. 1 Corinthians 14:40 gives us the principle. Isaiah 60:22 gives us the timing. Melchizedek gives us the pattern. Christ gives us the fulfillment. The remnant gives us the manifestation. Religion gives us nothing. So if you want God's acceleration, honor his order. If you want God's timing, honor his alignment. If you want God's increase, honor his structure. Because God does everything in order and nothing in religion. This is the word for the remnant. This is the call to alignment. This is the restoration of divine order. Peace and power to you.